Good evening, everyone. I hope you've had a great holiday and were able to get out to some of the festivities today to honor our fallen heroes. Tonight, we're watching the radar. We have some active weather. The worst of it is down here from western Fulton County through Izard County into northern Stone County. That's the last of the warnings that we have left. Now, we still have the tornado watches for a good chunk of the viewing area for southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. However, they're already starting to trim off counties on the west side. And my thought on the severe weather here in southern Missouri, go to bed. I mean, if you're tired, go to bed, go to sleep. Don't worry about it. All right, down here in northern Arkansas, you've got about a half hour or so in Fulton, Izard, and Stone County, and then you can go to bed and then not worry about it, okay? All right, let's zoom in on some of this. Check it out. We do have some pretty hefty weather moving into Viola now. You can see there's a flash flood warning that's still in effect until 3 o'clock for this area. Here's the strong thunderstorm down through Oxford, Melbourne, just to the east of Mountain View. The worst of it is probably going to be right here between Oxford and Melbourne. That's where the strongest lightning strikes currently are. That's also kind of the apex of this thing, so there may be some stronger winds in there. The rest of this, I really don't think is going to be all that severe. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a thunderstorm and it'll rattle the windows a little bit, but I'm just not thinking it's going to produce a whole heck of a lot of damage. As far as the rest of this go, we're talking moderate to heavy showers from just south of Ozark all the way down towards Flippin and Yellville down to Marshall, Arkansas. So pretty wet weather on the highways tonight. You have to watch yourself, make sure you don't hydroplane. As far as the rain in Springfield, we've only picked up 2/100ths of an inch here at the station, so we may not see a whole lot of rain out of this thing. So down here is where we expect the worst of that weather to be. All right, let's go ahead and check out Futurecast. Now keep in mind, when you start looking at 10 o'clock, there's a lot more rain on the radar than what's actually being depicted by the model. So we have to kind of take that into account as we go into the early morning hours. This is probably going to be very wet from Rolla down to West Plains. We're also going to have some wet weather out in eastern Kansas. Overnight, notice we fire up these thunderstorms here from, say, Dent County, Shannon County, and Oregon County. So we'll have to watch that for some potential flooding. The rest of the area I'm not too concerned about. You wake up to some cloud cover in the morning. By the afternoon, clouds thin out. We have some sunshine. Atmosphere destabilizes, and you know what? We do it all over again tomorrow night as the next batch moves out of Oklahoma. So we'll keep our eye on that for being severe, too. How much rain to expect over the next 24 hours? Well, not a heck of a lot. I mean, we have two 100ths already. We're forecasted to give it about 12 here in Springfield. The big amounts that we had over here in Houston appear now to be shifting onto the east. Maybe some wet weather from Stockton out into eastern Kansas. But right now, even that's not huge. As far as the weather map for tomorrow goes, we get some sunshine, but it's still a very warm and humid air mass with some fronts out to the west. We'll fire up more thunderstorms and move them over the area. So for the next few days, I think what's going to happen is during the day we'll have sunshine, it'll be warm and humid. At nights when we'll have the thunderstorms, which really isn't too bad. We'll be able to get our work done in between rain showers. Current temperatures, most of us are in the 70s, where you've had that really heavy rain down to the southwest. Temperatures there are in the low to mid 60s, and there may be some light areas of fog in the morning. Temperatures about where they are right now. By noon, we get into the 70s, and by the afternoon, boom, upper 70s and low 80s. Ought to be a pretty nice day. All right, that takes us to our forecast then for tonight. Few scattered showers, 62 to 63. Tomorrow we get some sunshine, but maybe some more evening storms. High temperatures popping up into the low 80s, winds southwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour. And then our 7-day forecast, again, rain overnight, pretty sunshine during the day, high temperatures up in the low 80s. Saturday and Sunday, that's a different story. I think the rain's going to be a little more widespread then. But other than that, Ethan, Lisa, tonight, go to sleep. Go to bed. Don't worry about the severe weather.
After